To start off, greetings. My name is Karimson Safehold. I've been in the uni since summer of last year. Most of my experience using D-Scan comes from in-game activities, with a little bit of metagame aspects. For example, part of my income comes from low CI, in addition to incursions, missions, and mining. I use the D-Scan to check up on my destinations below to not be surprised. If I do see a ship, I plan accordingly. In incursions, we often use D-Scan to check inside the gate to see whether another group is doing the sight. In missions, I set a short range and scan to see who is outside my gate and about to get in. When mining, D-Scan is good for keeping aware of potential enemy gang ships around like catalysts or easy snipers. In this class, you'll learn how to do some of the same things. Today, the subject is direction scanning, with the 101 intended to introduce those who have not used it, and the 102 to provide some additional ways the tool can be used for those that are familiar with the subject. This class is a composition of both curriculum. As mentioned in the forum thread, the class compresses both subjects together to about 60 minutes. I designed it to get people to understand and use the tool for some things, but not all. The format will be theory, example, practice, and a Q&A on the subject topics covered. If you wish to ask a question, drag my name into yellow link in the class chat link and put a Q in front of it in order to let me see it better. Normal conversation should be reserved for fleet chat, which will come up soon enough. The specific scenarios I will cover are hauling from low-sec POGOs or player-owned customs office, low-sec or general gate cam information, smart bombs, and detecting people entering your pocket of space. These are specific activities which involve several applications of the D-Scan tool. Pay close attention to the context of the scenario and theory behind the usage in order to get the most out of the practical and exam. First, to start off, those who are not familiar or have not used the D-Scanner tool, please write beginner in class chat or class.E-UNI chat. I'll reference it a couple, 5, 6 to 12, something like that. Okay. Those who have used D-Scan for a few things that are beneficial to them and would like to expand your repertoire, please write proficient in class chat. That means you know how to use the tool, but want to learn how to use it for more things that you have already used it for. Proficient. As good as it? Only a couple of you, but still, that's good. And those who are confident they can use the tool for any kind of problem they face, whether in PvE or PvP, based upon their own preference, write master in class chat, please. Oh, wait. If you haven't already, please take a moment to join this fleet link and move yourself to the obvious squads by opening fleet and right-clicking on your name in it. That'll be it for the practical later on. The format is just so I can sort you guys by whatever ships you're flying or not flying. Again, as a reminder, you can converse in fleet chat all you wish, but please keep the class chat open for people asking questions or linking things relevant to class. There are many people who have helped students who couldn't get something to work in my previous classes. I only regret that I lack the time to address each individual's concerns. This class will use some live fire exercises, so feel free to bring fast ships that can tackle or shoot, or if you don't have any of that, you can just get a noob ship. But if you don't have one, wait. Okay, before we're just about to undock and move to the pause. Before I do that, before any of you do that, I'm gonna check the gates. Just gotta hold on for a moment. Oh, sorry. Forgot to set that. Free move is down. Currently, you guys just stay docked for now. I'm gonna check the local area for war targets first. Or even if you knew, my directions for the pack go very easy in a step-by-step order. Okay, if you're at the Patrol Tech School in Aldred, undock, right-click in space, go to the corporation. The undock is clear, so you don't have to worry about getting shot by water. Just right-click in space, go to the E-UNI bookmarks under pause or play your own structure. You'll see something like that and warp yourself to that bookmark. You'll end up in a bubble where you'll be safe. Okay, while you guys are doing that, I'll check back on a little bit. Pause. Play your own structure. Right-click in space, go down to the bottom half, E-UNI or E-UNI under play your own structure or pause, warp to 0. The undock is still good, so if you're still in PTS, you can undock or not. If you're at another station, yeah, it's probably safe, although I cannot guarantee it. If you're at another station in Overdrive, that is. But once you get to the play your own structure, E-UNI's pause should be safe. So once you stay inside the bubble and turn your speed up to 0. Okay, looks like everybody's either in warp or en route to the destination. Once you end up inside the bubble, you'll see this blue thing in space. Essentially means nobody can target you, so you'll be safe, even if. So you're safe in there so long as you don't burn yourself out. So just set your speed to 0, control space, click inside the bubble, and you'll be safe. There we'll be listening to a little bit of intro on the D-Scan into itself. If you please look in class.uni once you get your ship to inside the bubble, there'll be a link. Please click on that. Should be usable inside the game browser as well. There are 4 things you will see, but the 2 most important are the angle and the range sections. The range is in kilometers, 2.1 billion kilometers is the max range. To compare it to your overview, you come out at gate around 10 to 50 kilometers away. Click on the range number to set it. You can give this range by spamming all 9s. Generally speaking, you can get the range, the maximum range by spamming all 9s in the range box and clicking scan. If you don't have the max range now, please try to do so now. The angle is pretty easy to understand if you look at Grismar's angles page right here. For those of you new to the tool and haven't never seen it, use that block spot picture and try to make your D-scan tool mimic it. If you don't know where your D-scan tool is, it's on the lower left-hand corner of your screen, next to your capacitor. Those buttons, those gray buttons, next to your capacitor, that good yellow circle thing. Yeah. If you have a question, just link my name in chat as Jack Spain there with a Q and then type out your question. Okay, if you click on the Blogspot link, you'll see like scanner. Just first you bring up the scanner, you go to that tab, Directional Scanner, then you click on the range number. You click on the range number, it'll allow you to set a range specifically. Then you hit 9, you hold it down, you spam it for a while, then you click scan, that'll give you that number. If you don't have the scanner up right now, you ask about that stuff. Good question. A Kion Ibada as our angles relative to the ship direction or camera direction. It's based entirely upon your camera or what your camera is looking at. It's not based upon what your ship is pointing at. The angle is taken by your camera direction, not your ship face. So if you zoom out the camera, 5 degrees will cover more of the system real estate than if you zoom straight in, you use 5 degrees. We're at the pause for safety so you can see the tool itself. If you don't know how to use it, wait until the next phase. Tracking is an option feature they added recently that lets the camera pan to the selected item in your overview to facilitate easier direction scanning. It's also good finding objects on in front of you. This only activates when the D-scan window is open, so it's separate from the normal tracking function in your selected item box. Default hotkey for the default tracking is C. I suggest you not play around with it too much right now since it is disorientating until you get used to it. And it's not relevant to actually using the D-scan by itself. The last thing on the D-scan window is use active overview settings. What this means is the objects that show up in the window after a scan will be filtered from your active overview tab. So if your overview is set to show only battle cruisers, but not battleships, you will only see PCs in the D-scan, if it exists. This function is often used to filter between pod structures, ships, celestials, stations, gates, and belts. D-scan does not recognize state changes, so it cannot tell the difference between a fleet member, a court member, a war target, or a pirate. All you can see is the ship type, the ship name, and the distance, if any. Is anybody having trouble opening up the D-scan and making it look like this picture right here? LinkedIn class.uni. Okay, while we're doing this, just practice with it a little bit. Scan around you. You can definitely see all the ships on grid view. Those are the ships with an actual kilometer number. All the stuff that's not on grid view, meaning the stuff you cannot target and cannot see or target you, have a dash in the range. Shanna, Ada, what is your question? Yeah, if you have a question, just link the name and type the question after it. Shanna Ederan's question is, do I recommend using PvP overview for scans? I recommend you use any filter that shows all ships as well as probes, combat probes. Which filter that is based upon you. You really have to test these things out. For example, I don't know in advance what each person's filter sets out. Even if you use the E-UNI one, I would still test it out personally, just to verify. Because you don't want to go out in space thinking your filter shows one thing, you descan it, they're all safe, when in fact it doesn't show what you think it should show. Anyways, when we're descanning, we're mostly looking for ships. So PVP tab is generally good. But if you have a different, if you are looking for something specific, like you want to see ships and also stations, so you can see where the ships are stationed before you try to dock up, well then you add a little custom variation and change that tab if you wish. But I don't have a specific recommendation. The general tab I use is it shows the sun, it shows the stations, and it shows all PvP ships, as well as PvE ones. You will find as you use this tool more and more, you tend to make customizations based on your own needs. Descan to show roids and planets. I can't remember if descan shows asteroids or not. But if you want to make it show up asteroids, you might want to switch to the mining one. But I don't think it shows asteroids, individual asteroids. Because then you would get like 500 pages from all the belts, wouldn't you? It definitely can show the belts. Belts, stars, planets, celestials, those are all celestials. Hope that answered Edward's question about whether roids and planets show up on the E-scanner. Roids of an asteroid. Okay, looks like everybody's got it set up. A little bit familiarized with it. Know where all the ranges is, all the functions of the tool itself. Next step is bring up your system map and tactical map. An easy way to do that, or the tactical map is another button on the lower left side of your corner. It shows this big white sphere, and you'll see a bunch of AUs superimposing concentric circles over your screen. As for your system map, you can access that by clicking on the ship scanner next to the directional tab, and then there's that button at the upper right corner. In your directional scanner window, there's a tab on the upper left corner that says scanner or something of that nature. Go to that one, and then there's a square bar button on the upper right corner that leads you to the system scanner, where you can see your solar system. This is one of the very useful tools I tend to use, because it allows you to see the geography or the celestial positioning of all the planets, the gates, the belts, the sun, and the stations in your current system. By the way, we're at the E-UNI player Instructor, by the way. Those that don't know. If you have many things showing up on your system map right now, you just need to go into World Control Panel, Solar System Map, and uncheck everything except asteroid belts, planets, gates, stargates, stations, and the sun. You only need to see those 5 things. You can basically red X all the things that says show hints. You don't want to see that stuff. Now, you should have your system scanner app, so you see the solar system with the concentric rings, and you should see something that says you are here. And from your current location, you are here in this system. There should be concentric rings, say 5 AUs, 10 AUs, 15 AUs. Now some of you may wonder, why are we looking at the system map when the class is about D-scanning? But the thing is, the max range on D-scanning is 2.1 billion kilometers, which translates to about 14 AUs, give or take 0.5. And as you can see, there's a ring around your current location, the system map, that says 15 AUs, and that is actually accurate. That's not just a graphical glitch. Meaning, if something is like between 10 and 15 AUs of your location, a celestial something, you are able to scan it, because that is now in range. For a quick, let me get this. For a quick reference to the ranges, I pasted the numbers again. Now a quick way to do that is to just delete the 2 and put the 1. Now you got 1.1 billion, approximately 7 AUs. And if you want to scan around you in 1 AU, just delete the 2. It's a quick and fast way to change your range. So in fact, you are in the E-UNI pause. And if you have something that says you are here in the system map, you can just zoom in, and you know exactly where you are in the system. And you know exactly what's around you. You know what asteroid that's around you. So for example, if you set yourself to 1 AU, and you scan now, so that shows everything. Basically uncheck, use active overview, uncheck, use active overview setting, so it shows everything when you scan. You will now see all the objects in space around all the moons, the planet around you that you're at right now. But it will not pick up a different planet that's say 10 AUs away, or 15 AUs away, or 5 AUs away, because that's not your range. It's a little bit difficult to maybe see all the stuff, because whenever you uncheck that, there's a lot of data, which is why we generally use active overview settings to filter what we actually need. Also here it's difficult because there's a bunch of E-UNI ships next to you, which are on grid, and you got to sort. Now you can sort by name, by type, or by distance. Just by clicking by the column name. You can just click on type and distance to see what kind of sorting benefits you most. If you click on type, it's alphabetical order, so it's good for seeing different ships that appear a lot. If there's a lot of stuff on grid with you, and you just want to see off grid, you might want to filter by distance, so that all the on grid stuff is at the bottom, and all the off grid stuff is on the top. What I mean by off grid is they can't target you, and you can't target them, no matter what your lock range is. Anton Hinken, what do you mean by not being able to sign in? You mean login? If you have the pause, please control space click so that you're sitting at 0 space in the pause. Nothing's able to shoot you so long as you don't shoot out of the pause bubble, at least. Okay. From here on, I want you to keep the system window up as long as you can while warping within the system. It helps you orientate yourself faster. Okay, before we move to the next phase, question time. If you're unable to get something to show up, please speak up so I can resolve this issue. I prefer mumble for Q&A. The chat will also work. We won't have much time for troubleshooting in the next phases. By the way, I also need a volunteer to get a level 2 or level 3 security mission here in Aldred or somewhere in the back part, except if you wish to volunteer. I'll pick the top one. Except chat at class.uni chat. Okay, Garamako. You just get a mission either here in Aldred or in one of the back clusters, like Earnhardt or Freddy God. Once you have it, just tell me where the location of the mission tells you to go. Link it in chat. That'll be fun. Well, that's not next, so you have a lot of time, but it's sometime later at the end of class. By the way, thanks for the volunteers. Okay, this is the start of the real practical, I mean, the meaty bulk of it. And the way it's going to be set up is basically in a scenario. I'm going to give you a specific scenario where people actually use D-Scan for survival or something practical. I will describe to you this context and give you a description of how things look from the attacker and the defender. For example, hauling from low-sec POCOs, also known as player-owned customs offices. I'll simulate the behavior of a person doing PI so you can get an idea what goes on in the scenario. Everybody else will immediately follow the ship around, so as I explain what it's doing. First, PI characters usually start out of the station. They de-scan 14 AUs around them to see which ships are in space. This lets them make a guess as to how many people in local are docked up in combat ships or doing PvE activities. Now what was But the PvE guys, the ones in Ventures, Retrievers, Machinons, doing exploration in a low-sec system, those are on the issue. It's people in combat ships, activity patrolling systems that are at risk. When the planet is full, or near full products, PI pilots have to undock to export the materials to the player-owned customs office in orbit around the planet. Then they warp to the custom office, grab the products, and come back to the station. Repeat as necessary. For the purposes of this class, we'll simulate the holo using Yuko Kozuki's Impero, Yuko playing the part of a pilot doing PI. The theory is relatively simple. When making runs to the office in an industrial and low-sec, D-Scan provides a vital survival tool in providing information and giving you information concerning the threat status of the system. This concludes the theory portion. I will move on to the example portion. We actually see this work out. I will describe the exact steps I use on undocking so you have a set of pre-order commands for how to actually put the theory to use. For those that are wondering, I've been doing low-sec PI for at least 6 months, while I mistakenly warped on Grill and Recyclone one time. I've lost no ships and no industrials to people in low-sec since I started PI. Whether it works for me shouldn't really matter to you though. What matters is whether you can get it to work for yourself. It's just an example of how a person uses D-Scan or something to make money for them. Okay, those that are in Aldra, please warp back to PTS, warp to 0 on Patotech School, but don't dock up. First guy on grid is Jane Westerling, intro. For those of you on grid with Yuko Kozuki, you'll be taking a wing warp, so that you don't have to do much to follow her. Those of you that are not on grid, you have to warp to Yuko Kozuki yourself if you missed the wing jump. So I undock, I check local, see how many pirates or war targets there are. I do a maximum scan, directional scan at 14 point something AUs. I check space to see, is anybody actually in space? There are people in local, or they are in space in combat ships, or are they docked up, or are they doing mining? What are they actually doing? Do I actually see any ships on local? If I don't see any ships on local, I say, it's a good chance, good time to do PI. Your Kozuki undocked. Now taking a wing warp to the Poco. Signing a 1. While I'm warping out, I hope you guys are seeing the system map. I'm basically scanning in order to maybe get some ships I didn't see, like at the north or the top side of the system that wasn't in arrangement how it is. I land at the office, as you can see. I click on it. I access customs office. It'll give me, just click, you guys do this too. You click on it, I drag the stuff on the window into my whatever. I right click and space. I align the contact text glue. I drag all the stuff on the pocket glue to my HUD. Then I hit dock, I'm on the station, and I'm out of there. By the way, I went to the Planet 1 customs office, for those of you that didn't see it. Now I'm en route back with the stuff that may be worth 1 million, or 10 million, or 100 million, whatever. And land on the station and cook the dog up. Then I repeat as necessary, because the Poco might have some more. Or the industrial I was flying wasn't enough, they couldn't carry enough. That's the basic general behavior patterns. Now you can get a lot fancy with this, like saying, using D-scan on the Poco before you actually warp to it. But generally basic PB or PI guys would just do this. Just undock, check. They may not even check D-scan, they just warp to it. To Poco, get the stuff, warp back. Warp to the Poco, get the stuff, warp back. Now that you've seen an example, next up is the practical beer test. Your role will be that of a low-sec pirate, looking for defenseless industrial kills. Yuko's role is to get her PI done without losing her ship or pod. Now we'll move to acquire the system of this, so head to Hardbackle Gate, H-A-R-D, jump in there. Well, camping Pocos can get you kills, but usually it's boring because, well, PI, well, they don't necessarily need to go to a Poco, they see you. So oftentimes some PI could be waiting out there for all once. Yeah, it's boring, I might as well go gay camp, and more people coming through that I can kill. That's the David Bellam's comment about camping Pocos and low sec getting you easy kills. Currently now they were doing a practical. If you missed the earlier portion, well, you might be confused right now. Those of you that don't know where we are, we're at the Hardbackle system. You can go there from the hard backup gauge in OJAT, HARD. It's actually instant warp once you unlock from PTS. This is right in front of you. So is the pause, so is Erster, so is the second station on the top. Okay. Once you're in, head to Planet One's customs office, drop a can with like titanium or whatever, something non-valuable, if you are Ivy League, at the Planet One customs office. Just right click space, Planet One, go down to the bottom, customs office, go to 0. And make a custom bookmark near the player, then make a custom bookmark near the POCO. Second step, go to the bookmark and set your D-scan to the POCO at 5 degrees. And spam and scan. When you see the ship named Mammoth appear, warp to the POCO and destroy the Mammoth. Make sure your safeties are set to green, however. The way the scenario works is if Yuko sees any ships on grid at the customs office before she drops off her cargo, she won't pick it up. And this will simply leave, not give you a chance to log point or kill her. So you must get the timing right. Remember, your nasty pirates waiting in ambush kill defenseless industrials. Those who set up their positions the best and have good timing will get the kill. Those that don't will only show on the kill report. We'll start about 4 runs. One with everyone, one with just beginners, one with the self-proclaimed masters, one with proficient. You think you need a lot of practice, just go on all of them. Those that don't know how to make...
Sorry.
Sure, go ahead.
You've gone a bit too fast for me. I got lost about what we're doing now. Sorry.
At what point?
Well, I jumped through the gate, and I'm not too sure what I need to do from then.
Head to Planet One's customs office. Drop a can there if you're Ivy League with like 1 ammo or your titanium.
Now, how do I find that planet?
Planet 1, customs office. Just right click in space, go to Planet, hardbacker 1. Right at the bottom you see customs office. Scroll down there, warp to 0.
Okay, great, I got that.
Okay, next step is make a custom bookmark near the POCO. You know how to do that?
Yeah, I'm just getting there now.
Oh, by the way, those that don't know how to make a custom bookmark, just type something close that you need help on. It's relatively easy, just making one for you. I showed the man. Does anyone have any questions about this scenario or why it's set up the way it is?
Okay, how do I do a bookmark again?
Open up people and places, add location, submit. Once you hit submit, the bookmark is created. By now,
I got that.
okay. Those of you that don't have a bookmark yet, please X up in chat class.uni. Okay, no problem. Those of you that don't have a bookmark, please walk to Yuko Kozuki. Next up in fleet. You have a specific one. Once you land on grid, just add location, people and places. To reach people and places on the upper left Eve menu, people places. Sure. I just need one person to create a cannon. Essentially what's going to happen is Yuko is going to drop fleet, go to the Poco, simulate a PI run. But since we're in ISEC, she just picks up one of the objects from your cannon and goes suspect. At that point, then you can warp to her and kill her. Or rather warp to the Poco and kill her. She'll be simulating the line time of industrial, so about 6 to 10 seconds. Just wait with her. After you create a bookmark, warp to the bookmark. So you're off grid of the player-owned customs office. This is just a drill to allow you to descan the Poco, so that you're looking at ship names. We're simulating pirates. Pirates don't always sit at the Poco waiting for people to kill them. They might sit at a bookmark off it, so they use their descan, look straight at the player-owned customs office. If they see an industrial come right in front of them, then they hit warp. Since they already landed, they warp to the Poco immediately and then lock up the target kill. But if you warp to the Poco, industrial is just gonna leave. Yes. Anyways, don't worry about the making the bookmark if you guys haven't already made it already. Just warp to Yuko Kozuki. If you haven't made the bookmark already, that's fine. Just warp to Yuko Kozuki. She X'd up in fleet. That's the location. You can save the bookmark there, then descan the player-owned custom. Now the player-owned customs office usually doesn't show up on, like, say, your overviews. So the easy way to see where it is, if you can't find any space already, is to just align to it. Just right-click, Planet 1, Player Customs Office, align. But usually if you zoom out, you can see. It's named Customs Office Hardbacker 1, Concord. Right, just open up Gscan. You point your camera right at the customs office. You set the angle to say 5 or 9, and you scan. And you can see all the names on it, and all you're doing is looking for the name Mammoth. So I'm just gonna go there and check it out. Make sure you save your location, by the way. I see 6 people on grid. Those of you on grid need to leave. Go back to your bookmark. Yuko won't become a valid target until all the people on grid actually leave off grid. As for the people, it's all those people flying Heron. You see those guys on these scans. But if you're watching the gate, you probably notice, yeah, the ship showed up. To answer Edward's question, POCO means player-owned customs office, or in this case, it's just a Concord or customs office. Oh, than PI. Edward, well, I guess you didn't know what a bookmark was. There's Edward, Jax, Kia, and Audrey, and Anorian is still at the POCO, but that's okay.
I thought you said we're supposed to warp back to it.
Warp back to your bookmark, which is off, which is a bookmark near the POCO but not on grid. If you don't have a bookmark, that's fine. Just warp to aid Akita. That person's already in a good position. Right-click Fleet, warp to aid Akita. Link to class chat. To simplify the instructions a little bit, since some people are having problems with the book, when you see the ship name Mammoth appear on your directional scan, and hopefully you'll set it to 5 degrees, looking straight at the POCO with your camera, you ought to walk to the POCO and destroy the Mammoth. If you don't have a bookmark near the Plato customs officer, walk to aid Akita. Is anyone having problems using the 5-degree angle to look at the Plato customs office? Or the Concord office? Okay, looks like we're both. You should be seeing the ship show up on your D-scan momentarily if you're looking in the right direction. This is basically a verification. If you have your overview set correctly, scanner set correctly, when you see that ship pop up in front of you and walk to it, that ship should be there. Because if it's not there, then you were scanning something else. We'll see who is the guy to write on the camera. Okay, you guys have cans here with nothing in them.
Don't shoot him before he took something.
Okay, whoever can shoot the ship first gets on the kill mode. Congratulations. And everyone got the timing more or less right, although some of you guys are like dang more faster than others. Now you've demonstrated how to use D-scan and find your target. Now in this situation it's pretty limited. You already had a location you were camping to ambush, but that demonstrates most of the functions of D-scan: angle, range, direction. One moment while I get the mail. Oh, no, there isn't. To answer Akia Navada's question, do I need to set the appropriate distance to get a reading on the scan? In the scenario I created for you, the player-owned customs office was very close. It was only about a couple thousand kilometers away, so the distance didn't matter unless it were ships in a line, in a ship in front of you, looking at the Poco for say a couple of years out. So in this situation, all you needed to do was set the angle. You didn't have to set the distance, just set the angle correctly and have your camera facing the right object in space. Warp to some of the D-scan results. Some of the D-scan results are celestials, so they can be warped to, but you, for example, can't just scan the ship on your D-scan and warp to it. That would be invalid. That's Edward the 49th question. You see, once you've done a couple of these practicals, you tend to have more questions because you're actually learning. Okay, everyone get back to that bookmark you were at before. If somebody lost it, for example, if a fleet member warp to your bookmark and then please X out for your other fleet members to get to you. We'll try this exercise again, just for those that need more practice. When Jane asks, when on a E-UNI fleet, how to see useful stuff in the middle of all the friendly ship results? I suppose you could just sort by distance so you can see all the stuff that's off-grid at the top or at the bottom. But it is difficult. It's difficult. There's a bunch of ships on this. Like, whoa, we gotta scroll through all this stuff. Then you hit like scan, like I'll scroll through again. You might have to like enlarge your G-scan window temporarily, or you might just want to warp off grid away from your friendly ships so you get a better D-scan result. It's up to you. So it's up to the operator of the two hulls. You can use it. Recalibrate? I think it's every. What is the cooldown? 5 or 10 seconds? Not sure. 1 second? There you go. Probably got that sort. It's all up to practice. Practice sorting by distance. Practice sorting by angle. If you might find you like one better than the one. You might like both. For that, you might want to, Edward, just hit the tracking, then click, oh wait, hit the C, and then click on the custom options in space, and it should get you straight on. Otherwise, you can increase the angle to like 60 or 90 even. Okay, well, hope you guys are ready for a second round. It's happening. By the way, pod kills are active. Try to get a pod if you can. The transport.
Oh, hey, Flashy?
Shoot it. Well, there were 3 ships already on grid, so I walked out. You could walk out. Nobody would have. That's why you don't want to be on grid. If you're in ambush, don't be on grid. Because any self-serving industrial, let's see that, so I'm out of here. Remember, you're shooting Yuko Kozuki and the ship name Imperial named Transport. Sit down at the Poco and aligning. 6 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, scramble. Can't move. Can't move.
That's me.
Get the pod if you can. You guys can't hit her. That's the speed you guys need to catch your pod when low-sec pirates are killing you.
That was a quick walk away.
That was fast.
It's normal speed. It's normal. It's normal when you fight low-sec against war targets. Well, maybe the reason people blow up in their pod is because it's not normal for them. Okay, as you've seen some examples and demonstrations of how people use D-scan for defensive measures in order to avoid getting killed by looking at targets. Like, for example, some industrial undocked and saw 20 ships in space, all condors, like, you think he can say, yeah, let me get to my Poco in my industrial that takes 10 seconds flying. Let me get on my 50 million PI part to come back. Those guys in space won't kill me. He's probably not gonna think that. On the other hand, if you're a pirate, if you can cloak, or you're just some ship out in space, and you know this guy is going to the Poco because you've seen him do it like 5 times, just in the last 10 minutes, you're like, maybe I could just sit here. Maybe I could just sit here and scan the Poco. And when he gets there, I'll just jump on him and kill him. There's 2 different variations of how the tool can be used. Defense and offense. The tool can be used for many more things than that. Almost anything you can think of even. Okay, number 1 was maybe a little bit difficult, and that took up some time. But get yourself to a safe or that bookmark, or just an open planet. For our second scenario, which is low-sec roaming, scouting gate camps. When running around low-sec, often pays to get information about somewhere without actually directly going there with a ship and seeing what's on grid. Because whatever is on grid can also see and shoot you. I usually set up a tactical bookmark and descan range of the gate directly. When I get a list of ships, I can just copy and paste it directly into fleet chat. Sometimes ships are around a gate, but not at a gate, so you should use direction and range to check your results independently. As an example, I'll fly a UCO to a gate, have fleet scan gate, and paste the name of the ship and fleet. To a gate, that is. This gate will be in system. So I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to look around at the gate. You guys can pretty much figure out already. There's only 3 gates, or 2 gates. Remember, you can use the system's, if you don't know what the gates are, good time to pull up your system map. That's what the gates are. Look at what range of your D-scanner can cover 2 or 3 or 1 gate. You just start creating your own ways to narrow it down. I'm not going to tell you directly how to do it, because one thing, it'll take too long. 2 things, you're not going to pick it up anyways. You learn this stuff by actually doing it. The more practice you get, the more methods you pick up. Okay, Yuko Kozlik is now at a certain gate in our backup system. It's up to you to find out which one. And your job is, of course, to walk to the gate and find her and kill her. That's how you know you found her, because you killed her. And Jane Westerling has found the right gate, but warped to the wrong distance. Jane Ryder and Kia and Anna, good job. Found the right one. Except you guys are too far away. Got burned out here now. Just as an example, there are a lot of people that use certain tricks, like say warping to 100 at a gate and just flying around. So even if you see on D-scan, it doesn't mean you can catch them just by warping to a celestial object. That takes, say, scanning, which is one of Cobra Ops thing. Scanning ships, probing, which is a different subject matter. Guys, I wish shooting the Atron with some civilian lasers. What the heck? The Atron's gonna die.
Almost had you there.
Anyway, you guys found Yuko at Fedagog game. I'm just kidding. I just think it was Fedagog game. But as you know, a lot of people will do weird things like, say, warp to 100 at a gate, or set up a bookmark. So they look like they're at the gate, but they're not even on grid with the gate. Same thing with what we did with the Poco. You guys were very close to the customs office, but you weren't on grid. Someone scanning the customs office will see that it would look like all you guys were there, but it wasn't actually the case. So this is why oftentimes we change the distance. We set up to 360 and we cut the 2 so that we scan 1 EU. So if we're at the gate and we don't see anyone, we scan again. So short. If they still show up, and I say, yeah, they might be in this direction and near us, but not near this particular gate. And if you keep cutting down the distance until they disappear, you'll see the exact distance they are from where you are. Low-sec travel, different subject. Avoiding smart bombs in low-sec. Smart bomb traps work on the same general principle as no-sec bubbles. They put it down between where you are and where you go. And when you try to land at your destination, you either blow the bombs or get caught in the bubble. Detecting the bombs comes when detecting battleships. Locating those ships is almost identical to scouting gate camps, or basically seeing what's on your D-scan. Except you need to use that to find a route that doesn't from gate to gate to bypass any potential camps. If you're going from planet Z to gate B, where Z is also between gate A and B, that's basically the same thing as if you went from gate A to gate B directly. Smart bombers are waiting for random people going from gate A to gate B, and they blow you up, or you'll land on grid, because you go through the bomb AoE. This is relatively easy to avoid though. What you want to do is form a wide triangle. Let's say the gates A to B form one line. You just need to find a different celestial object, say C, such that C is distant to both A and B, so it forms a triangle. So you walk to C, you walk to A. Are you there? Now you avoided a trap. And that's how trigonometry was useful, because it would help you survive in Eve. Well, no-sec bubbles, this isn't particular necessarily D-scan, but just something in case you guys are wondering. No-sec bubbles cover more range, and there can be multiple ones, so avoiding those can be much harder. There's also a trick where they set up the bubble between gate A and celestial Z. If you walk to celestial Z and then to gate A, the bubble will pull you off the gate and make you land in the bubble. Then maybe on the other side of the gate, away from the celestial. This works on the concept of a line, where if you warp and the bubble is in front of you, even if you don't even go to the bubble, it'll pull you to it. Being aware of the celestial positions in your system gets more important the lower security space you go to. D-scan is a very useful tool for giving you that awareness, but it's not the only thing you need to do. Okay, well, we got some time. Now we need that mission. Alright, got no problem. David Bellin asked, do ships show up on my D-scan if they're on a warp tunnel? Yeah. The range of your D-scan, they show up. Karimson, are you still getting that mission? Just wondering.
I have it, I can go up there if you want.
What system, please?
Add backup.
Okay, one more. Yeah, please walk to the mission, and then everyone walk to Karimson. This will be the last exercise, so this class will take up about 25 minutes hopefully. We're going to mission pocket, which is let me make it. Just right click on Karimson's name and walk through. Hopefully you end up on a mission pocket. If you don't, keep moving. Still in hard backwards, it's not way. Okay, just a brief lecture while you guys are warping home. Missions and incursions. Subject of being aware of what is in space or outside your overview grid. This is a method to see what is going around you without changing where your ship is located. Just do a 360-degree scan. The fast trick to filtering the data is by changing the range. I usually change the first number in max range. Change it like the 2 to 1 or delete the 2. Usually in a mission pocket, which is where we're going, I delete the 2, so it ends up as range as 14700 million? Million? Yeah. Million kilometers, which is approximately 1 AU. That lets me see inside the gate as well as outside the gate, depending on where I am. This is useful because it's a way to actually avoid getting gangs. Okay, we're just whooping together in a cold. You go like the last losses. Those are interesting. The last 2 victories. Okay, once you're at the gate and you're, whoa, people whooping already. Just hold on. Anyway, that's okay. If you point your D-scan 60 degrees and you point directly where the gate is going, you set the range to like 147, like that. Use active overview settings and you see all the ships in the pocket, which is a Rupture and Adventure. SOAG, since Garamako was whooping in, I assume Garamako is flying the Rupture. So, if you've done it, whoop it. Gate in, that is. If you haven't done it yet, just keep scanning. You'll see us go in the gate on the bus mark. You have plenty of time to scan it if you don't.
No killing?
I'm not killing anything yet. No killing. Well, actually, just kill all the NPCs. NPCs dangerous. So basically, you guys, I said the scenario is we're at a gate. We want to see what's in it. We scan it. That's good. We're going in. We start killing stuff. I'll say, what happens to war target to try to scan you down? You gonna be sitting here while he blows you up? Not with the D-scan. With the D-scan set to 360 degrees, change the angle if you've changed it already. Set at 360 degrees, go ahead and kill the NPCs. Set at 360 degrees on D-scan. Set the range at 147 million kilometers or so. And scan. And now you can see all the ships on the grid of view. Okay, you have a question? You can see all the ships on grid view and all the ships not on grid view, which potentially may be gankers at the gate trying to warp in. Before, this is assuming you guys missed the combat probes on D-scan, which will show up before the ships even get there, because they have to first scan you down, then they move the ships to you. Right now there is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 ships off grid with like that dash on the distance. Those will be a Shuttle, an Atron, a Heron, a Rifter, and an Adventure. Those are either outside the gate or on bookmarks around where we are right now. So if you're like doing missions, you just scan a little bit with those settings, scan again, and then you see like, whoa, you mad like a bunch of Dramiels and stuff outside the gate, like, what are they doing there? Okay, I'm lying out here. When they pop on grid view, you're not caught scrambled immediately. You just whoop off. Guys are free to come in the gate if you're ready. Otherwise, you can stay outside and keep scanning in the direction of the gate goes, so you can see what's inside us. What's inside the pocket right now is a couple of H-Ons, Executioners, 2 Merlins, and a Rupture. And they're just having fun killing NPCs for some reason. Anyways, second last portion is miners. They tend to have a lot of time to descan around them, perhaps more than even mission runners. However, because they are at belts anyone can warp to, the threat levels are more sensitive. A mission runner can see a lot of the ships at 14 AUs or 7 AUs and not be worried. Only when he sees ships 1 AU away, like outside our dead space market right now, that he might become worried and start to line to get out. A miner will often have to line the moment he sees a catalyst or the dangerous ship at 14 AUs, because if he waits too long, it might be too late. Alright. For another explanation of these game mechanics, you can listen to Bobby Rush's class here in this link. And that's the end of this class. Descanning 101 plus 102. We covered a couple of scenarios, a couple of how to use the angle on descan or the distance on descan, just generally how the tool is used by whom. If anyone has any questions, now's the time to ask. Maybe there was a subject you wanted to cover more, maybe you ever having problems that you couldn't solve, that's the time to ask. Alright, if does seem to be any further questions, I'll be closing the class channel in about 5 to 10 minutes. And good hunting the rest of you, and if you don't get killed by water, I'll be done.